Planning is a very good and wonderful thing, but it is not a guarantee that all the things we plan in life will be all go the way we plan them. And I'm sure this is true, most especially in times like this when COVID-19 has freezed most of the things, our plans, and people are stuck and things we never thought about are happening right now. Did you know it's very important in our lives to reach a time and stand still? Most especially if God is a guide of your life. There comes a time when you have to stop looking ahead and planning and just stand still. Sometimes God allows us to reach at the dead end of our lives so that we can slow down, stand and look up and say, God, what next? You remember the children of Israel when God delivered them from slavery. They were going forward so well until they reached at the place. They looked forward, it was the Red Sea, and they looked backward and the Egyptian army was coming, and on their side it was all mountains. They had nowhere to go. In other words, they had reached a dead end of their life. Now this is where everything changed, and they began crying to the Lord, and they were so afraid. They forgot that it was God who delivered them from Egypt, from slavery, and He was guiding them, and their work was just to follow Him. In fact, they were so blessed because during their time God would lead them through a pillar of cloud, and at night He would lead them with a pillar of fire. What a wonderful privilege. So all they had to do was to look to God as their guide. He was their driver. You know, as people, many times we want to be in control. We want to know what I'll eat tomorrow, what I will do, where I will go. But there comes a time when you have to stand still and say, Lord, now what next? And I like what God told the children of Israel. Moses told them in Exodus chapter 14 verse 13, he said, you have to stand still today and you will see the salvation of the Lord. He will fight for you and you don't have to do anything. And I love that. And I think if there was a time but we need to stand still, then the time is now, and say, Lord, now I've reached the dead end of my life. So what next? I like the word there, what the Bible says, you will see the salvation of the Lord. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 says, those who wait upon the Lord, they shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and never be weary. They shall walk and never faint. You know, we live in a first world, moving here and there, but you've got to learn to wait upon the Lord. Now I have good news for you. The Lord said, Moses said, you will see the salvation of the Lord. I want to tell you today that we have already seen the salvation of the Lord. No matter what is ahead of us, no matter what we are faced with, we have seen the salvation of the Lord. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. I don't know what you face, what is ahead of you, but I know, like Apostle Paul, you can lift up your eyes and see that wonderful day when Jesus will come to take us and to rescue us from this sinful and problematic world. We have already seen the salvation of the Lord. May God bless you as you stand still to see His power working in your life right now, but above all, on that grand day when He will come to take us home. God bless you and remain blessed.